Neil Walker back with the Mets after accepting their qualifying offer late this afternoon. Here is how he announced it via Twitter. Happy to say I'm back in orange and blue for 2017. Let's go Mets. Hashtag unfinished business. And here is what the Mets are getting with the return of Walker. These numbers are presented by Geico. As NL second basemen go, not many with better power. And last year there weren't any more with more frequent power. Neil Walker hit a home run once every 17.83 at-bats, including 8 from the right side, which was 2 more than he hit in his entire career prior to 2016. Nelson, from a player's perspective, why was taking the qualifying offer the correct move for Neil Walker?
Well, one of the biggest factors had to be coming off of back surgery, knowing that what the Mets have in the wings, if Neil Walker can take his time getting ready for the season. He doesn't have to rush himself. You go somewhere else and maybe you get a 3-year deal. You're going to try and get yourself ready for opening day. He knows that the Mets have very capable guys there to play second base for a short term until he can get ready and be 100%. This is not a situation where he goes into spring training trying to really bust it and get out and really maybe hurt himself just to start out the season on time. I think that's one of the reasons. Plus $17.2 million. Tough to say no to that right there. So you take that 1-year deal and you try and up your stock for next year's.
Yeah, guys, I was going to wonder, Nelson. I was wondering how long you were going to take to get to that number there. I was like,
that's a big. That's the lead.
I was going to say that's the top of my list right there, 17.2 million. You know, that's a great figure. Obviously, you know, this number, the qualifying offer, is taken as an average of the top salaries in baseball, and it's lucrative. Certainly for a guy like Neil Walker. Every player wants a multi-year deal. Obviously, gives them the security, gives you more money over the years, but really, for one shot for $17.2 million. The other part about this, and Nelson, I think you can appreciate this, as a player, you know, he's betting on himself here. He knows that if he's healthy and he rehabs this and has a good year, that he's going to parlay this into a much bigger contract at the end of next season. So it gives him a chance to reset, and better to gamble on himself and what he thinks he can do rather than worrying about, guys, what the market could be for him coming off back surgery this offseason.
That's the player's perspective. Jim, from the team's perspective, why is this good for the Mets?
Well, any 1-year deal is a good one. I think when you look at a productive player like Walker, you know, he had a career year, coming off a career year, 820 OPS. You could argue that he was a little bit undervalued, I think, out there. He would have probably gotten between 3 and 4 years, close to Zobrist money, probably a little bit less than that. But if he was healthy, I think they're again, the tea leaves and understanding the marketplace, knowing that, boy, it's hard to understand the medical aspect of it over a 7-day period. When he had to make a decision by today, are they going to commit to a multi-year deal during that period of time? The answer is no to that. So they take him on a 1-year deal. They get his services, the job that he did with Kevin Long from the right side, his leadership in the clubhouse. As you saw, there's a lot of value there.
That's one of the things I think that we talked about, that 17.2, yeah, great, but the hashtag, unfinished business. We heard that from Cespedes last year. That was one of the big reasons he signed back. His qualifying offer, of course, $27.2 million, was a little different. So you see Neil Walker getting an opportunity to re-up, be a leader in this clubhouse, and get back on the field, knowing that this team will be hopefully a lot more healthier for the next year.
And one thing to keep in mind, this is going to be something that obviously will work itself out as the season begins, and we can talk about this as the offseason progresses. But right now, you've got Jose Reyes, David Wright, now Neil Walker, and Asdrubal Cabrera, 4 guys for 3 spots. And while David Wright, certainly the health always a question mark, assuming he does get healthy, while he is healthy, those are 4 guys that are everyday players. And so that is going to be a tricky task for the manager, Terry Collins.